In this video I will review the Object 274A, which is Russian Tier 8 Premium Medium Tank. I will review the weak spots of the tank, I will configure it, and I will review the armor profile at the end of the video. So first of all, let's get started with the weak spots of the tank. In the upper plate here, we have the driver, which means if you pan through in the lower plate at this middle section, you will most likely eliminate it. On the left side corner here, around this section, we have the fuel tank storage, which means if you pan through here with heat ammunition, you will most likely set the tank on fire. On the left side of the tank, in the turret, we have the gunner here and the commander here. In the hull, we have an ammo rack compartment here, at the back, engine and the fuel tank storage. At the rear side of the tank, we have the engine, obviously an engine bay. At the right side here, at the back, we have ammo rack compartment in the turret, and here we have the loader. In the hull, we have same configuration, ammo rack compartment here, engine and fuel tank storage. So let's go now and check the stats of this tank. We have here a 107mm caliber gun, which is very interesting and unusual caliber 107mm, which has 320 alpha damage and 420 SHE. As the penetration goes, we have 227 AP, 289 APCR and 62 HE. So the APCR penetration has really high value and we have good HE shell penetrations. This tank has 6 degrees of gun depression. The DPM is amazing 2225, so the reload time is 8.6 sec for 320 alpha damage. The dispersion of this tank is 0.36, which is high value. The aim time is 2.59, which is also high long aim time. We have here 102,000 HP. Armor we will talk about at the end of the video. The tank has around 40 tons with 690 horsepower. The speed, the max forward speed limit is 58 forward and 15 backwards, but the tank in reality will reach around 45 and 55 kilometers per hour. So this tank will never reach the max speed, only on downhill. This horsepower is weak. The camo value, actually good camo value, and the view range is 490. This is still actually amazing. Let's go now and configure this tank. As the field modification goes, this at max level, and I will select this for better concealment. In the first slot, let's select all the good crew skills what we can have here. Let's select this and put on the extra food. In the first slot, we have mobility, and in the second slot we can choose between scouting and survivability. I will select survivability, and here I will select the ventilation. In this slot, I don't want to turbo charge the tank because we have already a good speed, let's say like that. So I will select this rotation, improved rotation mechanism, and in the third slot I will select this gun rammer. So the AP shell has a 1043 shell velocity speed, which is really, it's fast for an AP shell, I would say that, and 227 penetration, which is actually high for base penetration. The APCR shell has 1304 meters per sec shell velocity speed, actually really fast APCR shells, and really good penetration 289. This is really good. The HE actually fast shell velocity speed 1043, the penetration is 62, good quality HE shell here. So let's go now and check the stats. The DPM is amazing 2700. The dispersion 0.33. It's, yeah, it's a big dispersion. The aim time is still long, 2.36 sec. But the reload is 7 sec for a 320 alpha damage, and we have good stabilization. Keep this in mind. So the camo of this tank is actually good, 685. It's a TD camo value, so it's really good. The view range is also amazing, 451. So let's go now and check the armor of this tank. So the tank has in the lower plate around 180, 86, 80, upper plate 180, actually good armor protection. In the turret he has around 200, 300, so this is really good turret protection from both sides. The gunman set is actually good, I would say around 250, 300 depends, and here is 200. So with AP shells, this is not penetrable, but this tank has a really bad weak spot. This bulge below above this gun. Let's go now to visual, and you will see this bulge here. This from the gun mantlet, which means it is penetrable with 200 millimeters of armor penetration. So tier 7 tanks can pen this with base ammunition. Keep this in mind. Other than that, the turret is good, but yeah, let's switch back to live. And if you are loading the APC ammunition, 290, really amazing, 289 millimeters. The the gun mantlet will become penetrable. It has some weak spots, as you can see. Let's switch to visual. It has some weak spots, this gun mantlet, but other than that, against APCR shells, it will be penetrable, but with standard ammunition it just can be penetrated. Let's switch back to live again, switch back to AP, let's go. And if you are going in hold down position with 6 degree of gun depletion like this, the tank upper plate will become almost unpenetrable like this. This is auto ricochet. Even if you're shooting high penetration APCRs, this is just auto ricochet because of the well angled upper plate or more. So keep this in mind. This is in hold down position, even, yeah, this is really good and unpenetrable shit. So the cupolas on the left side here we have around 180, 80, 70, 160, 50. On the side this tank has in the turret 132, 30, 45, and here 100 in the cupola 132. So actually really good armor protection. In the hull we have in the front 125, but here from the back we have around 77, 78, so it's actually weak from the side. Here 80, 80, and 82. On the rear we have 45 and 60. Other side same configuration, 175, and in the hull 40, 70. So yeah, the tank overall and that overall armor it's really good, but against APCR obviously it has some weak spots below, as you can see here below the gun at the neck. Here below the gun mantlet is penetrable with APCR. Yeah, and here, but this is really tricky to hit above the gun, really. And why would you shoot these big when you have this big bulge above this gun like the rhinoceronte has here? So yeah, let's go and check the tank in side scrape position. The tank in theoretically could side scrape, but it's not possible because the shoulder plate will become visible. Let's switch to visual. As you can see, when he side scrape, the side is good, but here this side will be visible. So yeah, they will just span you. So keep this in mind. So overall, the tank has really good DPM, really good APCR penetration, really good camo value, really good view range, good mobility, and yeah. Other than that, the armor against gold ammunition, you just can't. They will just pan you easily. And this big bulge here is just penetrable with 200 millimeters of armor penetration. So the biggest weakness of this tank is this weak spot. Other than that, it has some weak spot around the gun mantlet, but it's tricky to hit. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video.